What is up, guys? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Before we get into today's podcast, I have to tell you some housekeeping shit. A, we're doing the testimonial contest. The prize is a trip to St. Louis. Be on the podcast. I'll mentor you one-on-one. We're going to do some fun shit. We're going to go out to eat at my favorite spot. I'm going to put you up at the best hotel here in St. Louis. And we're going to have a good fucking time. To enter this contest, 1 minute or less testimonial video telling about how the content that you've learned here has helped you progress, okay? 1 minute or less. Email that video to the testimonials at themfceo.com. That's testimonials at themfceo.com. Guys, another thing is we are firing up the Frisella Factor YouTube show. I am looking for questions right now. It's going to be a Q&A based show. If you want to submit a question for the show, we are looking for either video questions that are 1 minute or less, or 12 seconds or less video questions that I'm going to use on my IG story, which you'll get a shout out on, okay? One or the other. You can go to askthemfceo.com. That's askthemfceo.com. That's where the questions will be submitted. Go there, submit your questions, and then go to YouTube and subscribe. Just put my name in there, find my channel, hit subscribe, and we're going to start cranking those shows out pretty hard. Unlike most of these entrepreneurs that you see on the internet, I actually own real companies. So sorry the show got delayed. I had a lot of shit going on in my real companies. And sometimes when that happens, you know, social media and this little project gets put on the back burner, and that's reality. That's priority. So that's the reason why the show got delayed. The show will be up and running soon. So ask your questions. Ask the MFCEO.com. All right. So I've got a short podcast. Usually Tuesday we do a long podcast, but in the nature of what we're going to talk about right now, it needs to reflect how simple this is. And we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to keep it short. All right? 87.627% of the questions that you guys submit to me go something like this. Hey, Andy, I'm young, ambitious 22-year-old. I'm ready to kick the world's ass. I'm going to fucking be the best, the best businessman on earth. I'm going to make you so proud. I'm going to do this. First of all, A, you don't need to worry about making me fucking proud. You need to worry about making yourself proud. B, okay, great. You're going to be the best. I'm happy for you. I'm happy to help. I give you all this information for free for a fucking reason. All right? But the questions usually end up like this. I don't know where to start. Okay, so what the fuck is your question? Well, I'm going to answer that question. All right? And we're going to make this really simple. Where do you start? Where do you start? All right? Step one, you got to have a concept for the business. If you don't have a concept, you don't have shit. All right? How can you be the best blank if you don't even know what the fuck you're going to do? So sit down, think about what you're going to do, think about the problems that you face, the annoying little things that you see in society, and think of solutions to those problems. Think of how you can create a business based around simple solutions. People love solutions that save them time, that are convenient. Those are the solutions right now that are winning. They're becoming less and less price-oriented and more convenience-oriented. So how can you help people save time and energy? How can you clean up the annoyances in their life? Well, I don't know, Andy, because I haven't thought about those things. Well, that's where you should fucking go think, all right? What annoys you? What problems do you have? What do you wish was easier for you? That's where the best ideas come from. That's where the best concepts come from. All the concepts that change the world come from things that annoy that specific person or a problem that specific person sees or recognizes. What problems do you see? When you go to dinner, what problems do you see? Where do you see service annoying you? When you go out to get your car washed, what things could they do better? It starts with a mentality of looking at what people could do better and seeing if there's a viable solution that can be monetized. All right? So you got to have a concept. That's step one. Step two, once you have a concept design, Go out and get a fucking logo made. You can do this a million ways. Go into Google and Google, I want a logo. And you'll come up with a trillion things that you can do to come up with a logo. All right? I'm not going to spend much time there. Your business needs an identity. Your brand needs an identity. Going out and getting a logo made is the beginning of that. Step 3, set up a fucking website. You got to have a website. It's amazing to me how many people are starting businesses and thinking that their Instagram is their website. You got to have an actual website. You got to go out and set it up. You're going to learn a great deal about doing this by just going to do it. You don't need permission from anybody. It's not complicated. There's a trillion people that do it, so go fucking do it. All right? Step 4. As I mentioned, some of you guys do this ahead of time, but you need to take your brand, your logo, and your website, and you need to create social media pages. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those are the 3 big ones that people need to be on. YouTube is a great one. You need to start putting your brand on social media. Step 5, sell one thing. Make one sale. You don't have to make 1,000 sales. You don't have to make 4,000 sales. You don't have to do that entrepreneur math that you do all at home where you're like, well, if I sell 1,000 people this product for this much money, I'll be rich. No, you're getting way ahead of the game. Find one person to buy your shit. Okay? One person. Now, step 6, after you have one person who buys your shit, you go so far over the top for that one customer that they feel obligated to tell all their friends and family about what a great job you did. Now, go back and replay that last 7 or 8 seconds of what I just said a million times until it sinks into your fucking brain to the point where you cannot forget it. Go out and go so far over the top for your first customer that they feel obligated to tell their friends and family. Step 7, repeat step 6 over and over and over again with said friends and family. This is the recipe for success. This is how you create a multi-million-dollar business. This is how you create a billion-dollar company. It is not any more complicated than what I just said to you. Now, you can go listen to all the thousands of hours that I've recorded. Feel free. That's why I put it out there. And we'll get into specifics on how to do these things in all those podcasts. In fact, I'm opening up a university that's going to go deep, deep, deep into specifics on exactly how to do it. This will be open soon. Keep your eye out for that because it is going to be application only. We're not taking everybody. I'll let you know the details on that. But guys, what I'm telling you right here is the basic shit that you need to understand. You've got to understand the basics. You've got to understand the layups. Okay? 3-point shots don't win fucking basketball games. 360 reverse dunks don't win basketball games. You know what fucking wins basketball games? Layups. You got to understand the basics. Have a concept, get your brand set up with a logo, put up a website, get your brand on social, and make one fucking sale. That's the prerequisite to be in business. Now, where the layup comes in is step 6 and 7. Where you go so far over the top with that customer that they get so fucking excited that they go online and make a post about you, that they go to their friends and family and they tell them how great you are. Okay? This will bring you new opportunities. Now you, instead of having one customer, you will have the potential to have 4 or 5 or 6 or maybe 1,000 if that customer is a well-known person. But here's the reality, guys. You don't need 1,000. All you need is one. You need one, and then you need one more. And when you do a great job with the first one, you're going to double your business because now you're going to have 2. And when you do a great job with the second one, now you're going to have 3. Do you understand the concept? This is how businesses are grown. This is how brands are built. This is why it takes 10 fucking years and why you're not going to go out and find this secret way that makes you a trillionaire with you selling some garbage on the fucking internet, because we're talking about building a brand. We're not talking about selling some scammy shit on the internet. We're not talking about making a quick dollar. We're talking about building a viable long-term income by building a legitimate brand. And you guys who are wanting to be successful cannot complicate this. You cannot make it work quicker. You cannot try to cut the corners. If you follow the simplicity of this concept, you will have a great understanding of what business is all about. You guys think it's magic. You guys think it's luck. You guys think it's chance. No, it's taking one customer and it's making them tell a friend. It's taking the friend and making them tell a friend. It's taking the friend's friend and making them tell a fucking friend. And when you overcomplicate this in your head, or when you try to make it a bigger scale where you try to go after all the customers at once because you're greedy and you're not willing to put in the work and you want things now, you fuck this system up, because your ability to make that experience on a small scale has to be scalable. And most of you are not in a position to do that for 1,000 customers at a time or 10,000. So you have to pay attention to the relationship you're building, pour your heart and soul into it, take notes of where you could do better and improve, and then learn to scale, and then learn to handle more customers, and then learn how to make an impact on a wide level. But you guys have to start with one. You have to start with one and make them two. Then you take two and you make them three. Then you take three and you make them four. Empires are built one interaction at a time, one opportunity at a time, one loyal customer at a time. And if you can't grasp that concept, if you're trying to rush that concept, if you're trying to skip that concept, if you're trying to change that concept, you will not make it. I promise you. You may make a couple $1,000 up front. You may build yourself $1 million business. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to fucking fail long term, because you're not creating true loyalty. You're not creating true value. You're not taking everybody's interest to heart and actually caring about providing a tremendous experience, a tremendous product, a tremendous problem solution to your people. You're making it about you, and being successful, being a multimillionaire, being a billionaire is not about you making money. It's about you providing solutions. It's about you providing convenience. It's about you providing such a great experience that people cannot help but share that with their friends. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you can grasp this concept, you will be very, very, very dominant in your sector, because most companies don't grasp this concept. There is tremendous opportunity out there with this concept. Most companies don't give a fuck about what they sell. They're still stuck in the 1990s and the 1980s, where you could sell somebody something and not give a shit about them, and they had no voice. They had no repercussions. They had no way to tell the world how bad your shit sucked. And that's how most companies do things. But you, because you're fucking smart, and I know you're smart because you listen to this podcast, you are going to harness that same communication ability, that same voice that everybody now has because of technology, and you are going to use it to create tremendous stories, tremendous word of mouth, tremendous brand awareness, and you're going to use it to create millions of fucking dollars. That's my lesson for today. Quit being a pussy. Quit cutting the corners. Quit trying to jump ahead. Start today. Start now. Start doing what you know is right. Not only will you make a lot of money, you'll feel great about the money you make, because you're making a great impact.